Welcome to Who's in Your Food, the show that tells you the truth about what is in your food. The stuff your parents won't tell you, the stuff nobody will tell you. So I'm here to tell you. These are the animals that we love and should cherish.
Let's see what happens when we pretend to have a real fast food drive-through window with real meat. But it's not real meat. Let's see these meat eaters get a few facts about what's really going on here.
Can I get a juicy Big Mac, please? Extra ketchup, extra cheese.
I can't give you cow meat here. Only facts you don't want to hear.
No, don't tell me.
Let me ask you something, my fast food friend. How would you like to be ripped away from your mother as a baby to be trapped in a cage? How would you like to get fat and crazy while you're chained to the spot full of sadness and rage?
No, this is wet.
Oh, hello there. Well, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about some other animals that are mistreated so that you can have them on your plate. This is my old friend, Mr. Piggy. I'm sure you've seen this before. In school, they're represented rolling around in the mud and having happy little lives. Well, unfortunately, here's what you might not know. Pigs, who are as intelligent as a 3-year-old human, are trapped in cages that they can't even turn around in. Being really smart, this would drive them crazy. Wouldn't it drive you crazy to be stuck in a cage that small? My goodness. Pigs become lots of different foods. I'm sure you can think of a few, but do you really think that it's worth it? Okay, so here we got some yummy looking sausages. This is what's for breakfast a lot of the time, kids, right? Well, I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't be eating sausages, but you should at least know what happens to the animal that's in there. The animal that went through a lot of pain to get onto that plate. The majority of the 100 million pigs killed in the U.S. for their flesh each year spend their lives in cramped metal pens inside filthy sheds. The animals are given almost no room to move because, as one pork industry journal put it, overcrowding pigs pays. They are deprived of everything that is natural to them. They won't be allowed to step outdoors or breathe fresh air until the day that they are loaded onto trucks bound for slaughter. So next time you eat your crispy bacon for breakfast, I just want you to think a little bit about who it's coming from. Can anybody guess what this food is? Anybody?
I can.
What do you think?
I think it's a casserole.
No, this is not a casserole. Look harder. It's a lobster roll. That's right. Those shiny red animals you see, well, they're not supposed to be shiny and red. Let me tell you. Here's what our shiny red friend looks like before he's boiled alive. These are really cool little characters. I love lobsters. Check it out. This is a baby chicken. How cute. But is it cute when it's between two pieces of bread? Maybe not so much. Every year in the United States, 9 billion chickens raised for their flesh and 245 million chickens raised for their eggs begin their lives when they hatch, along with thousands of other chicks, inside a giant incubator. Only a few days after birth, they are crammed into shipping crates and sent to factory farms. They will never meet their parents. Okay, so since we're on the subject of turkeys, why don't we talk a little bit about chickens? These are the most badly treated animals that men eat, men and women. So we invited our friends from the chicken farm to say a little bit about what they do. Welcome, chicken farmers!
That looks good. I'm hungry. I want to eat some of that chicken.
Anyway, why do you keep chickens in such small cages?
Well, we want to cut costs. We don't want to spend all the money on nice big cages for all the chickens. They could just be all together in smaller cages.
Don't you think that's a little cruel?
Well, no. They don't have feelings like we do, silly.
Sure. Why do you inject the chickens with hormones?
Well, we want them to be nice and big and juicy like these chickens.
Oh, hello. So, what about your friend over there? Why do you think maybe your job is a little bit wrong? Do you ever think about that?
Well, no. I just want to make my money and go home. That's all I care about. My boss gets mad at me when I don't listen. Yes, I do.
Thank you very much, chicken farmers. Thank you very much. Does anybody recognize this underwater creature?
A clam!
That's right, it's a clam. Tons and tons of clams are taken out of their natural habitat in the ocean and killed to put into clam chowder. How would you like to be turned into human chowder? Now it's time to see how much kids know about who's in their food. Why do you think that some people become vegetarians?
Because they don't think that's right that animals to be eating animals because they have lives too.
Do you think that animals should be kept in cages, way too many of them at a time?
Not really.
Do you know about the way that animals live?
It kind of depends on what different animals, what kind.
Let's say a pig.
A pig. Pigs mainly live on farms in little mud puddles.
In mud puddles?
Yeah.
You think most pigs?
No, like 50% of pigs, I think.
Okay. So do you know anything about the way that dairy cows live?
Not really.
What do you think happens to dairy cows? Like, what have you learned?
We don't really learn anything about dairy cows.
Not necessarily in school, but from your parents, from anywhere.
They've never said anything.
Do you think that it's just a farmer who like uses his hands to get the milk out, kind of like in movies? Do you have any idea?
Not one.
Particularly the meat in the fast food.
The meat, they're really good, but it's not good for you because they put like bad stuff in it that's really not good, and it's bad for the environment.
What about the animals themselves? Do you ever think about?
Yes, I think about
what
it.
happens?
And sometimes, I don't know, it's just tempting. Like sometimes I just want to eat, but I feel bad for the animal that's been killed.
Okay, and do you think that cows like have emotions?
Every animal, everything that lives on Earth has emotions. You know what? My parents, like the people from like old times, like except like my teachers, they're like brainwashed. Like they think like, oh, we kill that animal, it's nothing, whatever. There's tons of them. It doesn't matter. It's only one. But they don't realize how much we kill. Like
way too many.
Way too many. I mean, everyone lives because they have a reason to live, not to die.
Thank you for joining us for our show about who's in your food. We hope that you learned something about the animals and what they go through. And we hope that you can make better decisions as future consumers.